Thank you for coming. Had to be a great game to watch. Obviously, we're saying that because we won, but I mean, obviously, exciting game and well played when you look at the shooting, the execution, and a great win for us. But really getting down to just making the plays at the end. Obviously, we weren't happy with our first half, but they had a lot to do with it. So the response was terrific. We need a win like this kind of win, just being down and coming back. And we've done that a couple times this year, but we needed a result, and we did. So it was great, and it was great to do without Sheldon because we had other guys. Ryan obviously made the big play at the end, and I thought Alonzo and Rafael did great jobs for us too. So we had some foul trouble, but we battled through it, had a lot of adversity, and I can't say enough about our guys. So I think this one's going to be, it's a great win obviously on the road, but I think it's going to mean a lot to us going forward.
Jamie, as a coach, do you guys have certain situations, or do you coach, or do you call certain plays when you're in a critical situation at the end of the game and it's allowed, the crowd's into it, and is there a certain situation or coaching that you go to?
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of situations. Every practice we put 4 minutes, we finish a game of finished practice or middle practice, we go 4 minutes on the clock and start it with a situation similar to what we might have or had a game before. And I used that timeout at the end because I had confidence in our guys in the press-o and what we were going to do, and our guys handled, I thought, a lot of late game situations. There were a lot of them in this game, but did a really good job on certain things. So yeah, we practice it all the time, and we got the breaks, and obviously just need a guy to make a shot, and Jamel did that. But Ryan made the big play too, getting that rebound.
What were some of the things you guys did defensively to cause you some trouble?
I thought we played better defense, and I look at the numbers, and they shot 53%. Again, it seemed like we got stops in the second half. We got some charges. One big by Ryan. I thought that was key. We got 2 for the game. We needed to get that. They really drove us more than I thought that they would, but they got to the basket. So I thought we handled the ball screen well. But certainly I think transition is what hurt us, and I thought we slowed that down a little bit at the end, as you might expect. But it wasn't. I thought both teams really executed offensively. It was a well-played game and a heartbreaking loss for them, I'm sure, because they played well and we played well. Both teams played well.
You just came off a tough loss to NC State, and then we're down 10 at the half. I mean, what do you say at halftime to keep the guys mentally into it?
Yeah, I was, I really got into them and challenged them. I mean, it's probably the most vocal I've been in the 13 years. It just, we really thought we had our guys ready to go here today defensively and do the things we want, but we sit and didn't do it. And, I think we're a team in the making, and we've won a lot of games, but we needed to win a game like this. And like I said, we've had some games where we've got off to slow starts, so all of our losses, and we've come back. We battled back, but then we haven't finished it at the end. Some we couldn't. The margin was too big, but this was good for us to come back because we haven't had a lot of those.
Was there something specifically that was done different, or was it just a matter of better execution?
I told them we were going to win. And I believe that because I thought we played pretty good in the first half offensively. I thought our shots were good. We're shooting 33%, and I thought our shots were good, but I told them, I made it very clear that we were going to win the game. And as bad as it was with the 10-point deficit, I felt that we had still done some things good offensively, and we need to contain their transition offense.
You got to the line 16 times, you got them to foul you 16 times in the second half. Was that a decision to try and be more aggressive, or what was?
Yeah, I mean, that was what we wanted to do, and get more aggressive and get to the basket and play. I thought Jamel did the things we wanted him to do as far as that. The more stronger finishes, stronger attacks, playing off of 2 feet and some shot fakes. I think we got some offensive rebounds. I think that was big too, to get to the foul line. I think our offense was good too to put us in that position. Our spacing was better, and we operated well in the half court in front of our bench.
You mentioned the transition defense gave up 8 fast break points in the first half, only 2 in the second half. What were they giving you trouble with in the first half, and what did you do better? We had it
more than 8. I don't know who came up with. We had more than 8 on theirs. I mean, they had the 2 threes, and making some shots is the first remedy to that. They're not going to get opportunities. Taking care of the ball, the offensive end is key too. We've got to understand. I still think that we don't handle a missed shot as well as we need to be a great defensive team, and that's why we're not there yet.
Michael, Jamel, James, the second half, they were out there. Like,
Yeah.
the whole time. You just talk about
Yeah.
letting them out there and letting them do it.
Yeah, I mean, I said to bench and you know, guys sub somebody out, somebody's out, and you know, we didn't do it. And you know, if we had lost, they would say, you know, hey, we should have subbed them out. But it worked out pretty good this time, and we didn't have a lot of options. The other guys were in foul trouble for our bigs. Mike needed to go. And James, you know, looked pretty good. We played some zone in the first half, so maybe that helped us to some degree. But Sterling and Chris, the guys we got running around, so we got subs for them. We do need to use that bench a little bit more. But today, obviously, with Sheldon out, we had to do it in different ways.
Did you get hurt again? You just felt like you just had to go with them, just keep them out there. Back?
Yeah, I mean, you know, James I thought was playing well, and that stretch. Jamel, you know, was doing some things. Mike, it seemed like he got going in the second half, so. You know, I think we didn't have really an option on the big guy. Maybe I could have got James out a little bit more, but they made the run when we took him out, so that was concerning.
What happened with Sheldon?
Sheldon had concussion.
It was a practice thing.
It was the week, and he's feeling good. So I mean, you know, he could, you know, he's in the concussion protocol program, as they call it, and as you know, we're tops in the country, the originators. So he's going to be ready to go, I think, very shortly. He feels fine today. Felt fine. So you know, it just it happened at practice, and we think he'll be ready to go shortly.
Sterling with the 4 threes. How much better is your offense when that two guard is producing?
Yeah, I mean it's key, but I really do think it's the passing and our spacing, and that's I'm not so much worried about his shooting, but we got to be in the right spots and make the right pass. And I think that was something we really emphasized. I thought we did a better job of that today with getting guys into the right spots and then Mike making the right pass. So we've had I think some games where we haven't been as good in that for that reason. It's the spacing. It's where we need to be, and that hurts us once we go inside out.
What happened with the T?
You know, I'm not going to say it obviously because you know me, but I mean, I think, you know, I don't think it's. I think anybody saw it, but there was no communication between the coach and the official. So I mean, I think anybody who saw it is going to think the same way. I think.
Did they give you a warning or something before that? Did he give your bench a warning or something before that? Is that what?
Yeah, I gave the bench a warning. You know, I mean, I don't know. It wasn't explained to me. It wasn't explained to anybody. I mean, I think anybody that saw it. There was no exchange of words. So I mean, you know, you just find ways to get it done, and our guys did. And luckily, they missed the free throw, so it was inconsequential. But it's you know, there's not much you can say. I mean, anybody that saw it would pass that be the same. You got to be asking questions too.
Jamie, considering the last 3 games have been a roller coaster for you guys, what gave you the confidence at halftime down 10 on the road you were going to come back?
You know, I felt like we had actually played pretty good offensively. So I was concerned coming in the game that we'd be able to get the shots that we would get, the turnovers, and so I was more concerned about that. I thought we'd defend better, and once we got in, we were getting good shots. We were 11 for 33. I felt that we'd go out and make some shots. We could get our transition defense a little bit better because we got some makes rather than misses and going the other way with it, and we were going to buckle down defensively and get it done. So we needed this because, like I said, we haven't won a game like this, but I felt we were playing good with a 10-point deficit. You know, we had a lot of foul trouble in the first half. We fought our way through it, and we battled. And so I told them we were winning the game at halftime. I made that very clear to them, and I think they believed it.
As well as Jamel was playing attacking the basket, he was 1 for 6 for 3 before the one that kind of gave you guys a free throw.
Yeah, well,
that kind of guy
yeah, I mean, you got to be. I mean, we're going to him, we're running plays for him. I think he had, you know, even though he wasn't shooting a great percentage, we continue to run plays down the stretch for him and Mike. So I think you know, there's got to be some confidence built up because of that. And then obviously they were good looks. And that was a great look with Ryan getting that offensive rebound. So really a great play by Ryan.